Hello my lovelies. Well, this is sure a video that I never thought I would have to do. Which is a video of me driving a car within my urbanisation, and the reason I am doing this is because we are not allowed out. We have just started week 3 of lockdown here in Spain due to the coronavirus. Today is Sunday the 30th, I believe, 29th, 30th, don't even know what day it is, but it's irrelevant because every day is Groundhog Day. So, week 3, we've just started. We have been told that we're going to have 4 weeks, but I do believe that will be extended at some point, probably today or tomorrow, which I'm ready for, and I'm fine. I think the main thing in this whole ordeal is to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself with a routine, and that's what I've been trying to do still. So I've been going to bed early, getting up early, watching the sunrise as I normally do, stretching in the morning, working from home. So those of you who are lucky enough to work from home, we are really lucky, because if we were just sat at home with no purpose right now, I think I'd go crazy. I have also been reading a hell of a lot of Dan Brown. He's got these big 500-page stories that just drag you into it, and you believe that you're there. You know, I read about 100 pages this morning, and I was taken to Washington DC. I'm currently reading The Lost Symbol, and I'm loving it. So please guys, keep yourself busy. Let's not just spend all day watching YouTube videos, even though they are hilarious, but at the end of this ordeal, and when life gets back to relative normality, you will probably regret not having been a bit more productive. As you all know, I love the gym. I am suffering. I am missing the gym a lot. I am working out from home. Obviously, we didn't have any pre-warning about this, really. I mean, the signs, I imagine, were there, but we didn't really think it would get to this extent. So I haven't got anything at home to work out. Within my complex, I'm very lucky to live on a mountain, and within my complex we do have a gym which is also being closed down, even though it's only the people who live here that use it. It's also being closed down. So the rules and regulations currently put here in place are Twilight Zone. Whenever I leave the house, it dawns on me to the extent of the situation that we're currently in, because I try not to watch any type of news. All my information, really, to be honest with you, I get through Joe Rogan's podcast. I try to not get consumed by this constant negativity that you have in the news, and numbers rising every day, and it is important to know what the situation is. I do follow a website, I can't remember what it's called, something like World Counter or something like that, and basically I just get at the end of the day the figures of people who have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and also people who unfortunately have lost their lives because of it, and those numbers are scary, and those numbers go up every day. But apart from that, I try to not watch any news. But it's when you leave the house. So going back a bit, here in Spain currently the legislation is as follows. So we are allowed to leave the house to go food shopping, to go to the doctors, and basically that is about it. Unless you are lucky enough to be able to work in an office for closed doors, then you are allowed to go to work. But you can only be in the car by yourself. You can't be in the car with anyone unless it's your child or an elderly person who can't drive. But even then, they have to be sat in the back and with masks on. You're also not allowed to do exercise on the street. You are not allowed to walk your dog further than, I don't know, the stories keep changing, but within a very close perimeter to your home, and you can't walk your dog with anyone. So even if you live with your spouse, for example, you can't then walk your dog with your spouse. You have to just walk your dog by yourself. So it is really freaky. The first few days people were taking it with a pinch of salt and just thinking it was something that was gonna, blow over soon. But as the weeks are going on, initially we only had 2 weeks, and then they extended it to 4. So like I said, we're on the first day of week 3 now, so we still have 2 weeks ahead of us minimum. But even if they do start to ease up after a couple of weeks, it will be a slow transition, I think, back to relative normality. And the economy is suffering here a lot. I mean, friends of mine who are restaurant owners, bar owners, they're taking a hit because their bills are still coming. So here in Spain, we've been given help. Not me, obviously, because I'm self-employed currently, but for business owners where they don't have to pay for their staff. But there are a lot of small print tally to that also. You know, as soon as this is over and the business can open back up, the staff that you put on that special case to get the government grant, you have to keep them employed for a minimum of 6 months, and that's scary for a lot of business owners because they don't know. You know, we're in Malaga, in the Costa del Sol, and here a lot of people, vast majority, live off tourism. And if that isn't going to happen this year, which, let's face it, it's probably not going to happen, especially not tourism from anywhere else around Europe. We'll probably have our own national tourism, but you know, a lot of the places down here live from foreign tourism. So it's going to be a tough summer. It's going to be a tough year ahead of us for sure. But like I said, it is what it is. We can sit at home and self-pity and self-wallow, but it's not going to change the outcome. The outcome is going to be exactly the same. And at this moment in time, I am just very, very happy to live where I live, which is in the countryside. So at least I'm not looking into my neighbour's, you know, bedroom. I'm so happy that I live where I live. You can see the main toll road just behind me here. That is the AP7. So it's one of the main the only toll road that goes past here. And as you can see, it's empty. There's not a car, there's not a plane in the sky, and there's not a boat out to sea. It is very, very strange. So this isn't the video that I would have liked to have done for this week, because for those of you who have watched my previous videos, you know that I was looking for a car to buy myself, to finally have my own car like an adult, and I decided on a Seat Ibiza. So after a lot of shopping around, having a look at all different cars within the same kind of price range, so Ford Fiestas, Seat Ibizas, looked at a few other also, the Seat Ibiza was definitely the one that caught my eye. I do believe partly because of my Audi history. So you know, Seat is part of the Volkswagen group, same as Audi, and a lot of the features and a lot of the user interface and whatnot reminds me a lot of Audi, so I was very familiar with it. And all in all, I just found it was great value for money. So I put the order in and got accepted on finance the week just before the lockdown, and everything was closed here. So the Spanish version of the DVLA, the DMV, for those of you watching in America, our Spanish traffic authorities, they were in complete lockdown for the first week or so, meaning that no new registrations were assigned, because this car I bought new one. My main thing was I didn't want the basic model, but I couldn't afford, or I didn't want to spend the kind of money to get an FR, which is the more sporty version. So I've gone, I think it's called like a sports style, something like that, something with style in it, which just means that it doesn't have the plasticky exterior, so the wing mirrors are color coded to the body and all of that kind of stuff. So my main thing was that, and I wanted a petrol engine because I don't do high mileage, and I wanted black exterior. Apart from that, I was open to options. So they managed to find one for me that was already built, sitting in Sevilla. So the car itself didn't take long to arrive, only took a few days once it was all accepted, but then I couldn't get registration assigned. And to be honest with you, I had the little Panda rent-a-car that I tried last week, and I was only leaving my house once a week anyway, just to go and do the food shop. So, you know, literally food shop and back. So I wasn't in any rush to sorts, but I did get a phone call a couple of days ago saying, hey Victoria, good news, we have the registration assigned to your car. and I drove her home in the rain. It's been raining here ever since the lockdown, so the past 2 weeks it's been raining. Today is one of the first days of sun, and I have been making the most of it. I've been out on my balcony, I've done a bit of gardening today, a bit of sunbathing, and I just thought I'd pop down to do a video for you guys. I did have a video pre-recorded already with my best friend Sophie, whose birthday was a couple of days ago, so happy birthday, girl. And I was going to post that one today, but I just thought I'd take a moment just to fill you in of what's happening in Spain, because a lot of you have been messaging me via Instagram, via the YouTube Instagram page, just asking how I am. So I'm doing fine. I'm really lucky to have Dino, because it means I can at least go out for a couple of walks a day. Again, not taking the piss, just within my urbanization, making sure I keep distance if I bump into anyone, you know, not talk to anyone, because this is serious. Is it as serious as they're making it out to be? I don't know. Is it as scary as they want us to believe it is? I don't know. I am just here in Spain. The only information that I can give you and share with you is the information that I'm living every day and what I feel when I leave the house, which is just this surrealness of the whole situation. Who would have thought we would have been living through a situation like this of lockdown, where the world economy is in a scary place too? I mean, how long can businesses go on? I understand what a lot of political figures are saying about, come on guys, we need to get back as soon as possible, but we also need to make sure that we can get back within some sort of health, control, and that the risk is minimum. So take care, please stay safe. This video was recorded in a safe environment. I haven't got out of the car. I got into the car in my garage, and I'm driving back to my garage now, parking it, going back upstairs. So please guys, take it seriously, stay safe, whatever it is. There's so many conspiracy theories out there about this being related to 5G. Who knows what the hell is going on? I definitely don't, and I'm trying to not listen to too much mumbo jumbo, because there's so much out there. So get yourself a good book, try and stay as productive as possible, stay healthy food, try to not stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning and get up at midday the next day, because in the long run you're just going to feel crap. But lots of love. I hope you guys all stay safe. I look forward to hearing about how you are in all the comments. And Feza, I hope you're keeping well, mate. I miss you. See you guys all soon. Bye.